Storming in, hot off the injection mould,
Yep.
we have these glorious frames.
Epic Prussians.
Epic. Really are epic as well, these guys.
Yeah, so these are from Warlord Games, obviously, as the next thing in their Napoleonic battles. Mm-hmm. These are so new that this frame isn't actually black. It didn't get the black added.
Oh, wow, okay. I just assumed that it was a bit of variety that they decided to throw in there.
No. They will all be black in the end, but we've got the infantry and then kind of the landwehr and Jaegers and things on this one. So we thought we'd take a quick, closer look to the frame cave. All right, so the first frame, remember, will be black, is currently grey.
Yep.
This is the infantry frame. There's also a cavalry frame that comes in like Blucher's boxed set of the whole army. We don't have that, but we'll get it as soon as we can and have a play with that.
I'm quite looking forward to getting that one.
Yes, but the infantry has got some really cool figures on it. I think the one for me that really stands out is the brigade commander.
You're a big fan of this one, aren't you?
I just think he's got some really good details. He's got a nice bicorn on. The saddle looks quite correct.
Okay.
Some good details. Quite an oversized sword, but I guess that's playing with the scale there.
You know, everyone wants an oversized sword.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks really neat. We've actually sent that one to our painter Callum to have a go at. And then you've just got...
Is it a 12 pounder on there actually, isn't it?
Yes, that's a 12 pounder. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than on the other frames, I think, for the British and the French.
This is purely horse artillery, I believe, on the British and French.
Yes, I think that's right. Yeah. And the nice thing is, because something I wasn't so sure about was that the crew seemed to have a bit of a wheel fetish.
They
on
did.
Some of them. They were very much stroking and fondling the wheels, whereas these ones...
look at my giant wheel.
Yeah, these ones look a bit more business. And then you've got the lots and lots of infantry.
Line infantry.
Yeah.
Heaps and heaps of line infantry, all neatly arrayed there, and then some Jaegers who are in line formation, ready to disperse into skirmish formation there as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing is here, you've got the kind of command elements on these two as well, which is a nice little addition.
I don't think that was present on the British and French, was it, such?
I think part of the reason for that was that there was a bit of discussion about whether standards should be included, because I think technically they weren't. I'm not the biggest expert on Waterloo and stuff, but I think by that point in the Napoleonic period, they weren't carrying standards.
Okay.
Whereas these ones do, and that's why you had the separate standards available. If you want to
you could add on to yourself.
So that's that. There's some really nice details at the back. Some of the kit that they've got is very nicely represented as well, which is a great little touch.
And it's from a painter's sense as well. There's enough 3D element to it to actually paint it quite easily for the kit on the back, whereas on some of the British and French ones, it lacked some of that depth in some parts. I actually would say these are an improvement.
I think these are the best that I've seen, including the ACW stuff as well, because I painted some of that when it came out.
I've not actually had a chance to touch any of that.
Yeah, like the backpacks on the Jaegers in particular, really cool with all the extra kit they've got on there.
Yeah, and the little horn there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Even though we don't have a frame, there are pictures of the cavalry as well, and these all look really nice as well. You've got what you'd expect, really, right? You've got the hussars, the Uhlans, the dragoons, and then weirdly a few more.
Some more Jaegers because you can't have enough hunters, can you?
Yeah, so they're sort of spread out on these ones. These are more in the skirmish formation, and there's more artillery on that Prussian cavalry frame as well.
Some 6 pounder horse.
Yeah. And then we get onto this other frame, which is the one you've kind of paid the most attention to.
Yeah, so the Prussian Landwehr Brigade.
Yes.
And so this one has, so we've got the Landwehr cavalry, who are armed with lancers, and then you've got plenty of Landwehr infantry who all arrayed again in their nice uniforms and ready to pounce on the enemy. And then you have some more Jaegers who primarily who I'm working on as well. So you've got plenty of Jaegers to work with when you buy any of these sprues and you get hold of any of them. They seem to be dotted around everywhere.
Yeah, I mean the Jaegers are really cool on these ones. I love that they're more split and more skirmishy, and that's kind of...
They're almost independent models. They're great, aren't they, in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, when you base them up, because obviously they come with the standard bases, so they're very spread out, which looks right. And then the Landwehr, as you'd expect, are tightly grouped and looking not quite as elite and not quite as ready and up for it as the standard infantry. But there's really nice details on these. There's kind of intricate little things as well. I think some of them got bare feet even and things like that.
They have got bare feet, which on the ones I've painted, I actually thought they've got bare feet.
Yeah.
And Now I'm looking at the Warlord version of them, and you can clearly see that they have bare feet.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was going insane.
No, they have. I mean, they're far less equipped and ready for it than the normal troops. So the other thing that I find quite cool on these, because there's also a few with injuries and like bandages and stuff, but the command looks a little bit like it's holding hands with his buddy there, which I think
he does.
But yeah, again, the detail is excellent. I really think the cavalry as well, the poses there, you've got a nice variation with the lances and the position of the lances and where the horse's head's going in comparison to them. That's quite smart to be able to cast all that as it is.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these guys. But before we get carried away talking about mounted units, let's leave this frame tour right here. And what I'm going to do is introduce my next video. As what I'll do is I'll take some of these miniatures, and as you'll see, I'll be working on a miniature diorama, a vignette, where I try and bring to life the Battle of Waterloo using the Prussian Landwehr sprue, with a few dead Frenchmen dotted around for good fun. So, if you think this sounds interesting, make sure you like, comment if you've got any thoughts, subscribe, and ding the dong for video notifications. See you soon.
This video has been brought to you by WI Prime, Wargames Illustrated magazine's online members club. View more videos or find out more about WI Prime by following these links.